Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Josh Mathews, your MWS Revolution play-by-play commentator for MWS Revolution Impact, also known as First Night War, and MWS Revolution pay-per-views. And today I'm going to give you my MWS Revolution Impact review as it was open fight night. What a great show it was. Okay, let's begin with the review, shall we? The commentators for the show will be Josh Mathews, Don Callis, and Matt Striker. Okay, here we go. Me and Don Callis welcome the fans to the Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. One down the match card. I, Josh Mathews, say we will feature Jack Harvey versus Psycho Mercer in a further match as the opening match, and then we will have the Crew versus Michael Rappaport and Castillo for the MWS Tag Team title. That was the TLC match. Then we will feature Scooter St. William with Sir Robin in his corner versus Hellhound for the MWS Gladiator Championship. And we will also see MWS Intercontinental Champion Constable Jason Moon defend his Intercontinental Championship against an open challenger. Don Callis gets on the mic and says we will also have the Fabulous Theory defend her MWS Women's Championship against WWE Charlotte. Then we will have Team Robert Knight, Scooter St. William, and Sir Robert Knight with Michael Corner versus Dan Lambert and JBL. They were in the confines of a steel cage. We will also see Cody Bader versus Cody Mercer in the death match. The main event will be General Jerry defending his. We'll see Cody Bader versus Psycho Mercer in the death match. The main event will be General Jerry defending his NWS World Heavyweight Championship against Cody Mercer. I just meant to say tonight is open fight night and tell the fans to enjoy the show as me and Callis go to commentary with Matt Striker and plug the first match. The first match was an Inferno match. Jack Harvey with Michael Cole in his corner defeated Psycho Mercer with Paul Heyman in his corner. This was the opening match as Jack waylaid into Psycho Mercer and beat the hell out of him, gave him elbow strikes and then bench presses as he stomped the mud hole in him and walked it dry as the flames lit up. Then Psycho Mercer battled back and beat down Jack and gave him a big boot as he locked Jack in the chokehold and dragged him to the fire. But Jack fought Psycho Mercer up and dropped him to the beat truck and glorious DDT, then dragged him to the fire. But Psycho fought Jack up and gave him a double arm DDT and choked him. Then as Jack was able to get out of it, Psycho Mercer pounded away on him as the flames lit up higher. Psycho Mercer then planted Jack with the Psycho Bomb as he dragged him to the burning flames and was about to burn him, but Jack speared Psycho Mercer down and dropped him to the dirty deeds as he went to drag him to the fire. Paul Heyman then interfered by slapping Jack and pepper spraying him in the face, blinding Jack as Psycho Mercer took advantage and dropped Jack with another Psycho Bomb, then dragged him to the fire and was about to burn him, but Jack was able to fight back and beat down Psycho Mercer. Then Paul Heyman got on the ring apron as Jack punched him down and locked Psycho Mercer in the hammerlock arm snap and was about to break his arm, but Heyman then pulled Psycho Mercer to safety as Michael Cole attacked Heyman and tossed him in the ring as Jack beat up Heyman and dropped him to the beat truck, a glorious DDT and dirty deeds, then threw him out of the ring. Psycho Mercer then low blows Jack and dragged him to the fire and is about to burn him, but Jack elbowed Psycho Mercer in the face and delivered the mic check, then dragged Psycho Mercer to the flames and set him on fire, winning the match. Winner Jack Harvey via setting his opponent on fire in this match lasted 16 minutes. Good way to open the show. I enjoyed this. It's been a long time since we've seen an Inferno match here in the MWS Revolution, and good job on Jack Harvey beating Psycho Mercer. And then backstage, Team Robert Knight, Scooter St. William and Sir Robert Knight was shown backstage talking strategy, saying how they will beat those two annoying peasants, Dan Lambert and JBL. Knight told Scooter that he would be taking him out to lunch at Little Miss Barbecue along with Jack Harvey, Cody Brainerd, General Jerry, Devin Dean, Michael Rapport, and Castillo. Then for pizza dinner at Spinato's Pizzeria. Scooter thanked Knight. Cardi Bernard then showed up and told Scooter St. William and Sir Robert Knight suck-ups. Scooter and Knight then mocked Cardi Bernard. Cardi then slapped them, causing Scooter and St. William and Sir Robert Knight to throw water at Cardi Bernard's face. Cardi Bernard then said he is pressing charges and suing them in court. Scooter Knight then said, "Okay, peasant, but you will lose." In my opinion, Cardi Bernard deserved that. He deserved to have water thrown in his face because he was pissing up Sir Robert Knight and Scooter St. William, and they retorted. And Cardi Bernard should have never snapped him because Cardi Bernard's job is to be an interviewer and not snap people. But if if Cardi Bernard wants to make an ass out of himself, then he's gonna pay the price. All right, then me, Carlos, and Strikers got plugged the second match, which is an NWS Tag Team Championship TLC match. The Crew, Jesse James, Resurrect, and Dallas Counterman defeated Michael Rappaport and Castillo. This was the second match as Crew and the Sons of Chaos members wrestled back and forth in a great tables, ladders, and chairs match. Dallas took down Rappaport and gave him a body smash as Jesse hit Castillo with an area of swift bows and a hip toss and slammed him into a stack of steel chairs as Dallas gave Rappaport a fallaway slam. Then Rappaport and Castillo fought back. Castillo gave Jesse an uppercut and locked him in the sleep hold. Then Rappaport locks Dallas in the torture rack. Then the Crew hit Rappaport and Castillo with a steel chair, then gave them a double suplex onto a land and pounded away at him. Rappaport and Castillo then fired up and gave the Crew a, a double suplex and an aided leapfrog body guillotine and an aided pile driver and a double both super palm forward table as they went to climb the ladder, but Jesse dropped kick Rappaport and Castillo off the ladders as they went crashing through a table outside the ring. The Crew then dragged Rappaport and Castillo back in the ring and gave them an aided smash and busted them open by hitting them very hard in the face with a steel chair. The Crew then went to climb the ladder, but Rappaport and Castillo pushed the ladder down and Rappaport dropped Jesse and Dallas with the skull crushing finale and Castillo delivers the angel pedigree. Castillo then goes to climb the ladder to reach the tag team titles as Dallas climbs the ladder as the two trade blows and both get knocked off the ladder. Then the Crew get busted open with a hard ladder shot to the face as this match gets booed with both teams wrestling back and forth and looking dominant. The Crew gave Rappaport and Castillo an elevator jawbreaker as Jesse drops them with a drops Castillo and Rappaport with a package pile drive and Dallas lays them out with the sister Abigail. And in the end, the Crew planted a sweet chin music pile driver that would come a full glass table to both Michael Rappaport and Castillo. The Crew then climbed the ladder and successfully grabbed the tag team titles and retained. Winners and still MW's tag team champions, the Crew via climbed the ladder to grab tag team titles. This match lasted 18 minutes. After the match, Michael Rappaport and Castillo shake hands with the Crew as a sign of respect and put in on a tremendous TLC match. I gotta say, this was a great match. The call, I enjoyed this. Both the Crew and Castillo and Michael Rappaport looked very dominant in this match and put on one hell of a brutal TLC match that the fans really enjoyed. Hats up to both tag teams. And then backstage, Cardi Bernard then interviews Psycho Mercy and asks him how does he plan on beating the idiot they called the bitch just brained. Psycho Mercy says he may have lost to Jack Harvey, but it will not keep him down because tonight he faces Cody in a death match and will put him out of his misery because he has had enough of the Sons of Chaos disrespecting him and Cardi Bernard. Psycho Mercy says he will dedicate the match to Cardi Bernard and the Shinobi Mafia Boys and the Ministry of Joy and make the Sons of Chaos suffer with pain and torture. Cardi Bernard says he is very touched and thanks Psycho Mercy and thinks Jack Harvey cheated to win because he is selfish and never listens to reason. Psycho Mercy agrees. Cardi then tells him good luck. Little bit of, in my opinion, it was a little bit of sucking up from both Psycho Mercy and Cardi Bernard. But it is what it is. And then backstage, NWS Board of Directors President Ethan Zobel is shown talking to the NWS Intercontinental Champion Constable Jason Ruin, saying that although he answers to Jack Harvey, his contract as President of Board of Directors is ironclad that Jack cannot get rid of him. And the only way he will no longer be president of the NWS Board of Directors is if he were to step down and resign. Jason Ruin says that's right, Mr. Zobel. Oh, Constable Jason Ruin thinks that Jack Harvey recommends a job evaluation. Jack Harvey's ownership says he knows he can find a way to do that. Zobel says most definitely. Constable Jason Ruin says he will find a way to make that happen. Jack, even though that Jack has more power than him and Zobel, the next week both him and even Zobel will be examining Jack Harvey's owner. But unfortunately, for the board of directors, no Ethan Zobel and no Constable Jason Ruin. Jack Harvey is the owner of the NWSRevolution. Therefore, he cannot and will not be evaluated. If anybody should be evaluated, it should be Ethan Zobel and the board of directors. And then, me, Countess, and Strikers say Ethan Zobel and Constable Jason cannot do that. They don't have the power to do that. As me and Striker say, Jack Harvey's doing a great job as owner, and we plug the third match, which is an NWS Universal Championship match. Wrestling Jesus with the Fabulous Theory defeated Jason Voorhees with Paul Heyman. This was the third match as WJ took down Voorhees and locks him in an armbar, then slams his head on outboard turnbuckles as he takes WJ down with a lariat and enziguri and locks him in the Raven's Hollow, but WJ does not submit as Voorhees then locks him in the Crystal Lake of Fires. WJ still does not submit and gets out of it, then wastes away and Voorhees as he gives him a backbreaker and a neckbreaker as Voorhees drops WJ with an F13 and goes to pin him, but WJ kicks on and gives Voorhees a body press and Luke Best press as Voorhees and gives WJ a setup and goes to pin him, but WJ gets a shoulder up and attempts another F13, but WJ blocks and drops Voorhees with a pump handle slam for the win to retain the NWS Universal Championship. Winner and still NWS Universal Champion Wrestling Jesus via pinfall with pump handle slam as this match lasted 9 minutes. After the match, WJ heads to the back. The NWS Avengers come down and attack Jason Voorhees and Carl. Jason Voorhees fight the 50 whip up as they beat the hell out of him, then stopping him. Then they planted the up and down, oh yeah, baby, right through a table. And they spray paint him with toilet bowl cleaner and dump a bag of sex dolls, all of them sending them a message. Then Don Johnson match, I can say the NWS Adventures have stuck in 7 matches and then we mentioned the blow up dolls as we laughed. That was funny. In my opinion, Jason Voorhees got exactly what he deserved. And then backstage, Will Field interviews Johnny Cowan, asks him when will we see him wrestle. Johnny Cowan says he was hoping to face Michael Scott's Minor this week for an open fight night, but unfortunately Minor has other plans, so next week he will face Michael Scott's Minor in the wrestling match and will show Michael Minor what he is made of. As me, Carlos, and Striker say they are looking forward to seeing, and as we plug the next match, and I, Josh Memphis, I'm really looking forward to seeing the wrestling debut of Johnny Cowan as he takes on Michael Scott's Minor. That should be a very interesting match. And then it's the NWS Gladiator Championship match. Scooter St. William with Silver Knight in this corner versus Hellhound with Professor Hugo Strange in this corner. This was the 4th match as Scooter and Hellhound beat the holy hell out of each other, with Scooter taking down Hellhound and giving him a spine buster. Then Hellhound claws Scooter in the face and pounds away on him as they trade blows. Then Scooter battles back and hits a flying headbutt on Hellhound. Then locks him in the Scooter recliner, but he refuses to tap out. And the Hellhound locks Scooter in an ankle lock, but Scooter does not tap out. Hellhound drops Scooter with the burning hammer as he goes to pin him, but Scooter has his foot on the rope and then drops Hellhound with a Scooter bottom, people's elbow, and blue thunder bomb as he is about to pin him. Then Paul Heyman runs down and lays out the referees, causing disqualification. Winner of the match, Scooter St. William via disqualification as this match lasted 6 minutes, but still NWS Gladiator Champion Hellhound. After the match, Sir Robert Knight gets in the ring and beats up Hellhound and says, "What the hell are you doing?" Then Hellhound snaps Robert Knight and low blows him and then spits in his face as he drops up the burning hammer as the rest of the Ministry of Joy come out except for Shadow. Then the Shinobi Mafia Warriors come out as they double team Scooter Knight until the Sons of Chaos come out to even the odds. The Shinobi Mafia Warriors and Ministry of Joy then retreat. Billy Bob then drops a track as he gives chase to the Ministry of Joy and runs over Hellhound and Monokuma and Anubis. Billy Bob then sings a song as Beast appears and serenades Hellhound. Interesting. I mean, good to man. In my opinion, the Ministry of Joy and Shinobi Mafia Warriors won a really good match. But it could have been a good match, and they had no business in this match. And from what I guess, I don't think the feud between Scooter St. William and Hellhound is over just yet. I still see this feud continuing. And then backstage, but it was really funny seeing the Beast serenade Hellhound. That was funny. Me, Carlos, and Strike were laughing our heads off. And then backstage, Cardi Bernard interviews Ethan Zobel and Constable Jason Ruin says, "What are your thoughts on what just happened?" Ethan Zobel says, "Good question, Mr. Bernard. Me and Constable Ruin were just talking, and we have another match booked for next Thursday. That is the Sons of Chaos, Scooter St. William, Sir Robert Knight, Cody Braden, and Jack Harvey versus the Ministry of Joy. Hellhound, Anubis, Monokuma, and if he's available, Shadow. And if Shadow cannot make it, then he will be replaced by Psycho Mercer." Interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Sons of Chaos versus the Ministry of Joy. That should be a good match. But what kind of match would it be? Which I will get to later. Then me, Carlos, and Striker say that say we are really looking forward to seeing that match next week as we plug the fifth match. And the fifth match was an NWS Women's Championship match. The Fabulous Theory defeated Charlotte Flair. This was the fifth match as Theory and Charlotte wrestled a good back and forth women's wrestling match. Charlotte got booed out of the building and used screwed Becky Lynch chant. Theory then took down Charlotte as she fought back and chopped Theory in the chest and locked her in the figure eight. But Theory refuses to give up and reverse into a figure eight of her own. But Charlotte breaks out of and drops Theory with the natural selection as she goes to pin Theory, but she kicks out and beats up on Charlotte and dumps tampons all over her and perfume and then gives her a suicide dive and slams her face first on the mat and slaps her, then punches her as she locks in the Theory statement, causing Charlotte to tap out. Winning still MWS Women's Champion, the Fabulous Theory via submission as this match lasted 10 minutes. I gotta say, this is a really good match. The Fabulous Theory is really doing wonders for the MWS Women's Champion. It's interesting to see WWE wrestlers and WWE women's wrestlers coming there. Very interesting. And then backstage, Cardi Bernard interviews the Sons of Chaos and says he does not really want to do this, but decided to. Cardi asks the Sons of Chaos why are they such frauds. Cody Brandon says that is a stupid question. Ask a better one. Cardi then says, why is Scooter St. Nobody gives a fuck, the leader of the Sons of Chaos? Cody Brandon says his name is Scooter St. William. Get it straight, as he then says Scooter is a true leader and leads the Sons of Chaos into greatness and respect. Something you don't know anything about Cardi, and then Jacqueline says he's really getting fed up and annoyed with Cardi Bernard, and there's no touch clause, and he says there's no touch clause will soon expire. Devin the Demon calls Cardi Bernard a stupid son of a bitch. Rappaport goes off on Cardi Bernard, and Castillo calls him an ass, but then Scooter and Silver Bernard say, how does his face feel after they splash water on it? Cardi Bernard says, you stupid idiots will find out in court when I sue you for everything you got. The Sons of Chaos then laugh at him. Then they give him a wedgie. Cardi then yells and says, you assholes will not get away with this. I'm suing you for more than giving, especially for giving me a wedgie. And the Sons of Chaos, I was saying unison, what, are you serious? And they laugh out loud. Jacqueline tells Cardi Bernard he needs to cool off as he and Cody then escort Cardi Bernard to the locker room shower and turn the cold water and give him a cold shower. In my opinion, Cardi Bernard deserved that wedgie, and Cardi Bernard deserved that. In my opinion, Cardi Bernard deserved that wedgie from the Sons of Chaos, and Cardi Bernard definitely deserved that cold shower from Cody Brandon and Jack Harvey. I love seeing that. That kind of reminds me of what D-Generation X did to Michael Cole back in the Attitude Era. Yeah. And then me, Carson Secker, then laugh and say Cardi Bernard deserved that wedgie and Coach Charles. We plugged the sixth match. The sixth match was the NWS Intercontinental Championship. Constable Jason Moon with Constable Baron Corbin in his corner defeated a local jobber. This was a quick match as local jobber then slapped Jason, gave him a death valley jobber as he went to pin him, but Jason kicked out and took down the local jobber and gave him a swinging neckbreaker, then a tilt-a on the spear as the local jobber fights back and gets a clothesline from Jason, and then it ends up eating it, and then it's the end of days as Jason gets the pinfall, retains the NWS Intercontinental Championship. Winning still NWS Intercontinental Champion Constable Jason Ruin via pinfall with end of days as this match lasted 8 minutes. After the match, Constable Jason Ruin makes the local job put the IC title on him, and then Constable Jason Ruin and Baron Corbin slap him one time to take a hike. It was an interesting match, but I would like to see Constable Jason Ruin defend his NWS Intercontinental Championship against actual talent. And then, Team Robert Knight Day vlog, hanging out in Phoenix, Arizona. Scooter St. William, Sir Robert Knight, and the rest of the Sons of Chaos was shown at the OK Corral Wednesday. Then the next day, this morning, which is Thursday in the afternoon from earlier today, they were eating breakfast at the hotel at the Double Suites by Hilton at the hotel. So they were eating at the Double Suites by Hilton Hotel Phoenix, and they arrived at the Phoenix Zoo, and then the Camelback Mountain. Then they had lunch, and they went to the Desert Botanical Garden. At 2, they went mountain climbing as they ate dinner at Smashburger, in which Scooter St. William Sir Robert Knight paid for. Then General Jerry took everyone out to ice cream at the Koyo old-fashioned ice cream and yogurt, and then they wipe to the arena. Gotta say, Josh Mathews love those Team Whopper Night Day vlogs. They just keep getting better and better. And then me, Carlos, and Striker then said the Sons of Chaos had a blast as they plugged the 7 match. And the 7 match was a steel cage match. Scooter St. William and Sir Whopper Night with Michael Cole in the corner versus Dan Levin and JBL with Ethan Zobel in the corner. This was the 7 matches Team Whopper Night. They waded into Dan Lambert and JBL and busted them open. Dan Lambert was busted open by Scooter St. William when he slammed them face first into the cage door. And JBL was busted open by Sir Whopper Night, who from face first into the cage as they beat the hell out of him. Then Lambert low blows Scooter and busts him open with a pair of brass knuckles, and JBL busts open Knight for barbed wire baseball bat. As they beat them down, JBL drops Scooter and Knight with the last column clothesline from hell, and Dan Lambert delivers the roundhouse kick as they go to pin him, but Team Robert Knight they kicks out and starts beating the hell out of Dan Lambert and JBL. Scooter locks JBL on the Scooter recliner, and Robert Knight locks Dan Lambert in the figure four. Then Scooter locks Lambert in the Scooter recliner as JBL is knocked in the figure four by Knight. Then Ethan Zobel slams the cage jump to Scooter the St. Williams out and Rob Knights. Allowing Dan Lambert and JBL to take advantage, but not for long as Scooter St. William drops Dan Lambert and JBL the Scooter bottom, People's Elbow, and Blue Thunder Bomb as Rob Knight plants the Shades of Night on Dan Lambert and JBL. Then Team Robert Knight, they deliver the demolition decapitation to both Dan Lambert and JBL as they are about to pin him, but then Hellhound runs down and pulls the referee out and lays him out. Then the Shinobi Mafia Warriors come down and attack Team Robert Knight until the Sons of Chaos run down for the save and lay out the Shinobi Mafia Warriors and the Ministry of Joy. Team Robert Knight, they then plant another demolition decapitation on Dan Lambert and JBL, this time for a tap and are about to pin him, but the ref is still out, and another ref comes down as Dan Lambert and JBL slowly get up and attack Team Robert Knight. Then all four teams go crashing through the cage, and both teams feet touch the floor. Winner undetermined because both teams' feet hit the floor. This is a controversial ending. Dan Lambert and JBL are bragging about winning, saying their feet hit the floor first. Then Scooter St. William and Sir Robert Knight say they won the match because their feet hit the floor first. And then Ethan Zobel gets out of the mic and says he knows how to solve this. He says at NWS bragging rights there will be a tag team rematch with Team Robert Knight, Scooter St. William and Sir Robert Knight versus Dan Lambert and JBL in a Hell in a Cell match. And this time there must be a true winner. Both teams agreed. So bragging rights, Team Robert Knight, they Scooter St. William and Dan Lambert will be taking on the tag team of. So at NWS bragging rights there will be a Scooter St. William and Sir Robert Knight taking on the team of Dan Lambert and JBL in a Hell in a Cell match. And this time there must be a winner. And then Scooter St. William and Sir Robert Knight then high-fived each other and embraced as they posed with the fans and went to the back. Then backstage, Constable Jason Ruin is grilling Jack Harvey, saying, are you gonna continue to let this shit happen? This is your fault. All this is on you, and you need to learn how to fix this. And next week, you better do a great job as owner if you want to pass the job evaluation. Even Zobel comes in and says, that's right. Jack gets pissed off and says he has had enough of this bullshit. First of all, he does not need to take a job evaluation because he is the owner and will take his company back, and he will not take the job evaluation test because he has more power than the MWS board of directors. Yes, and he says we will do something and then Jack Harvey then says he will do something that has never been done before. For one night, he will give the power to the people because next Revolution Impact will be Taboo Thursday, in which he lets the fans make the match and the stipulations because next week the power will be in the fans' hands, and if all goes well, then he will make it a weekly thing every second week of the month. Very interesting. I'm very interested in Taboo Thursday, where the fans get to choose the stipulations of the matches. This is going to be very, very interesting, and this is a big thing for the NWS Revolution. Looking forward to Power to the People Taboo Thursday next week on Revolution Impact. In my opinion, I think that was a good call. And then me, Carlson, say, wow, that is the blockbuster announcement. The fans will have the power to choose the stipulations to the matches next week at Taboo Thursday. Powered to the people. And then NF Punk is shown in the vignette cutting a promo on Dallas Kellerman saying He has had enough of being pulled apart by the NWS roster and NWS security because he has challenged Dallas to a match where there must be a winner or winners, and it will be bloody and brutal with no disqualifications, no draws, no countouts. And the Punk then challenges Dallas Talman to a to a 60-minute Iron Man match at bragging rights. Wow, very interesting. And then me, Carlos, and Striker saying commentary of excitement. Holy crap! An Iron Man match between Anna Punk and Dallas has been made for bragging rights. As we plug the eighth match, and the eighth match was for the NWS Scotch Championship as Michael Scars Minor defeated Anubis. This was the eighth match as Minor and Anubis beat the hell out of each other as Anubis claws Minor in the face, but it does not make him bleed. Minor then beats down on Anubis and gives him a gorilla press slam, then a head scissors takedown as Anubis goes insane. Then drops Minor for a doomsday device and beats him for a steel chair, but it does not bust him open. Then Minor punches the chair into Anubis' face and plants the Minor bomb and scars the Minor as he pounds away on Anubis, then beats on him with several weapons. Then Anubis fires back and burns Minor with fire, but to no avail, leaving blood marks him and burn marks. And then Anubis hits Minor with the steel steps, but it still does not bust him open. And Minor gets a sledgehammer in the Scars Championship and whacks Anubis in the Fury face, but busting him wide open and winning the match. Minor retains and still MW Scars champion Michael Scars Minor via busting his opponent open in this match. That's 9 minutes and 45 seconds. What a good match. What a good match between Michael Scars Minor and Anubis. I mean, this is a really good match, and it's good to see Mike, and it's interesting to see Michael Scars Minor as a two-time Scars champion. Very interesting. And then backstage, Will Field interviews Jack Harvey, asking why he gave the power to the people next week. Jack says it's very simple. The fans deserve it, and he was really hoping to face Dan Lambert in a death match tonight, but due to the controversial ending, he will have to wait until next week. And he knows the fans will give him that match. And since Scooter chose him to face Dan Lambert in the death match, and he will let Scooter and So Up and be the special guest forces in the match. This idea just made his day and put a smile in his face. But what kind of match will it be? Because the fans get to choose. So we never know what kind of match it will be between Dan Lambert and Jack Harvey, if that is the match next week. If Dan Lambert agrees to face Jack Harvey, we gotta wait until next week to see where this goes. And then Cardi Bernard comes down wearing a robe over his what dress clothes, yelling, "Are you out of your goddamn mind? You are gonna let the stupid fans make the matches?" Jack says yes and says there's nothing you can do about it, and the fans may have control over your no touch clause. Cardi Bernard says, "Hell no, they won't," and I blame Scooter St. William and Sir Robert Knight for this. They're gonna get it from me when they don't expect it. Jack Harvey says, "I don't think they swing that way." Cardi Bernard says with a disgusted voice, "Shut up, that is not what he meant," as he storms off. And then me and Striker say Cardi Bernard is beating the blues and acting like a crybaby as me, Striker, and Carlos plug the whole main event. And it's a death match. Cody Brainerd with Michael Cole defeated Psycho Mercer with Paul Heyman. Cody Brainerd and Psycho Mercer beat the hell out of each other. There's a ring was surrounded with barbed wire and weapons. Cody waded into Psycho Mercer with hard punches and immediately busted him open with a metal pipe, then shoved his face into the barbed wire as the blood was dripping out over the ring. Then Psycho Mercer busted Cody open with a sledgehammer, which also knocked him down as he went to pin him, but Cody kicked out and knocked Psycho Mercer in the sharpshooter, but Psycho Mercer refuses to tap out and stabs Cody in the eyes and face with wooden skewers nonstop, then slams him on the barbed wire baseboard and plants the Psycho Bomb as he goes to pin him, but Cody gets his shoulder up at 2.5, and then Psycho Mercer gets thumbtacks and dumps him all over the ring and slams Cody onto him as he wipes the pain with Psycho Mercer yelling for him to stay down. And he stomps on the right arm and tries to re-injure, but Cody then twists his right arm, and attempts to break it, but a bloody Psycho Mercer blocks it and DDTs Cody onto a steel chair, then gets a barbed wire flaming table and drops Cody with a Psycho Bomb white foot as he goes to pin it, but Cody gets his shoulder up again at 2.5. and RKO Psycho Mercy goes to pin him, but Psycho Mercy gets a shoulder up at 2.5. Then Cody whacks Psycho Mercy for steel chain and a non-stop. And a candlestick and Sing Fontaine. Kane has both Cody and Psycho are bleeding for Philistine down the back as well. Psycho Mercy delivers a Psycho Bomb up the top turnbuckle and goes to pin Cody and almost wins the match, but Cody Brainerd has his foot on the rope and RKO's Psycho Mercy a fully flaming table, but somehow in some way he kicks out at 2.5. Then Cody and Psycho beat the bloody crap out of each other with some more. Then in the end, Cody RKO Psycho Mercy up the top turnbuckle and right through 6 flaming tables and gets the 1, 2, 3 winner Cody Brainerd via pinfall with RKO through 6 flaming tables. This match lasted 50 minutes and 56 seconds. After the match, Psycho Mercy is still a heel, nods his head up a boom and shakes a reluctant Cody's hand as a sign of respect and putting on a brutal match. But the question is, did Psycho Mercy mean that handshake? Did Psycho Mercy mean that handshake? And what will Psycho Mercy say? Because we understand Psycho Mercy is expected to cut a promo as well as Cody Mercy. So what will Psycho Mercy say about losing twice, and how will he take his loss? Yes. And then backstage, Will Phil interviews NWS World Heavyweight Champion General J, asking what he plans on doing to Cody Mercy. General J says he plans on beating him, then going into bragging fights and facing Cody Brainerd in a respectful world title match and tearing the house down. And then me, Carlson, strike to plug the main event, which is NWS World Heavyweight Championship General Jerry with Michael Corner's corner defeated Cody Mercer with Paul Heyman in his corner. This was the main event as Jerry and Mercer wasted away on each other and traded blows as Jerry punches Mercer and gives him a face break and a face buster and a flap check as Mercer gives Jerry a spine buster, then locks him in a coquina clutch, but Jerry refuses to separate and locks Mercer in a crossface. Then Mercer refuses to give up as he gets out of it and dares Jerry to get up as he big boots him, then gives him an elbow drop and puts him on a sleep hold, but Jerry gets out of it and slams Cody Mercer's head and out for turnbuckles. Mercer then elbows Jerry in the face and low blows him and wakes him in the eyes as me, Carlson, and Striker calling this match with true wrestling passion. Jerry and Mercer have a great back and forth wrestling match as Mercer plants the 450 splash on Jerry and drops the Canadian Destroyer as Cody Mercer goes to pin him, but Jerry kicks out at 2.5, much to the shock of Cody Mercer. As he then drops a shooting star press onto Jerry and goes to pin him, but Jerry gets a shoulder up as they go over the limit and Mercer with move after move and submission after submission, and Mercer is about to plant another Canadian Destroyer, but Jerry reverses into a Jerry bomb. Rebound to get the pin from retain the NWS World Heavyweight Championship winner still NWS World Heavyweight Champion General Jerry via pinfall with Jerry bomb as this match lasted 20 minutes 25 seconds. After the match, Cody Brainerd Nick comes down and shakes General Jerry's hand, and then Cody points at the NWS World Heavyweight Champions. They have a stare down and also and then and during this and then during the and then during the stare down then during the stare down Jack Harvey then during the stare down Jack Harvey's at the top of the ramp holding his briefcase to remind him that he is that he still has the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then Josh Mathews saying, "Company, what a tremendous main event, amazing show in general at NWS Bragging Rights. It will be Team Robert Knight Day versus they scored a winner and Sir Robert Knight versus Dan Lambert and JBL in the Hell in a Cell match. We will also have a Punk versus Dallas Cutterman in a 60-minute Iron match. We will also feature the Shinobi Mafia Warriors, Cody Mercer and Jason Voorhees versus the Crew for the NWS Tag Team Championships, and we will see Michael Scars Minor face Dan Lambert for the NWS Scars Championship, and Psycho Mercer will take on Devin the Demon for the NWS Hardcore title. In the main event, it will be General Jerry versus Cody Brainerd for the NWS World Heavyweight Championship at Bragging Rights. And goes next week, Revolution Impact will be Power to the People, also known as Taboo Thursday, where the NWS fans will have the power to choose the stipulations of the matches. We are out of time. Good night, everybody. Don Callis says see you next week for Taboo Thursday. Match second. Thanks to the fans for coming as the show goes up the air. And I, Josh Mathews, will and I, Josh Josh Mathews will give Revolution Impact Open Fight Night 5 stars, a 10 out of 10, and a triple plus. Great show, and I'm looking forward to Taboo Thursday next week on Revolution Impact. It should be It should be very, very interesting. And next week, Don Callis will do the NWS Revolution breakdown. Peter and Don Callis will do next week's NWS Revolution Impact review as well. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Also, make sure you subscribe to the NWS Revolution channel for all your promos, most sometimes wrestling matches. There's confrontations, call-outs, challenges, breakdown previews and reviews, and make sure you like the NWS Revolution Facebook page and Instagram page, and follow us on Twitter at NWS Revolution. That is all I, Josh Mathews, got to say. Josh Mathews, and if that's all Josh Mathews got to say. I hope you all have a good night, and I will see you soon. And all I gotta say is not. Thank you for watching, and namaste. Namaste. Josh Mathews out. Also, take it. Also, keep it classy, A class A, and once again, namaste.